Okay, we might be live here. I look a little bit messed up because I just hopped out of the shower. I don't have my big fancy shirt on. I didn't get my hair did. I barely got a cup of coffee, but I do have a cup of coffee. And I'm going to reposition my fancy voice shield so the audio's a little bit better. And I'm going to be somewhat quiet because Nugget's sleeping. So now I'm going to go live over here on Facebook. And so now I have to go over to the groups and make sure that I can see over here. And oops, there we go. I think it's over here. And I'm live. And then I turn off the closed captions. Off. There we go. And we're good. We're live. And let me check over here on YouTube. We're live. We're live. We are live. And now I turn off my freaking messages. Holy crap, that's a lot of messages. Anyways, hello, my name is Jacob Robertson of the formerly CC Cafe, Starship Cafe, soon to be the Daddy Cafe. Daddy's home. And Daddy wants a cup of coffee. Daddy's going to drink a cup of coffee. So, this is impromptu. None of you had any forewarning. I didn't even plan on doing this until a second ago. So, cheers. Cheers. Still got it. Still got it, Emily. Even after all this time. Holy crap, somebody's watching. Is it Bree? I'm going to guess Bree or Brian. And if it's Ray, I'm going to excited pee a little bit. But just a little bit. I have a show to do. Okay. How's it going? Whoever's watching, how are you doing? Actually, it could be a random person on the internet because that's how that goes. And if you can't comment, I'm going to go ahead and copy the link to the YouTube channel. And if you want to talk to me, you can try texting with me. Bree says it doesn't always work. And I don't know, because Bree's full of it. Just kidding. Actually, I'll go ahead and copy that link over here in Telegram, too. I'm distributed a little bit everywhere. We're going to be on TikTok now. I signed up for TikTok in the last 24 hours because even though it's a bunch of Chinese crap, you know what I discovered? I think my government is worse for me than the Chinese government is. Pretty crazy, I know. Pretty crazy, I know. I'm not a big fan of the Chi-Coms either, but you know, at least I don't care like what opinions I have on Facebook. I don't care. They really don't care. They mostly just want me to do fentanyl, whereas like the Biden administration is like, you misgendered somebody, you need to go to jail and lose your bank account. Okay. Anyways, so how they brainwash you. I suppose I'll just get into it in case I need to go. So we have the ability as human beings to have approximately 5 thoughts floating around in our head. And you can research this if you want to. I made the claim, but I don't have to verify any of my claims because I don't give a crap. Like, if the government doesn't have to verify its claims, I don't need to verify mine, so suck it. So we can have about 5 things going on in our head at any given moment. And so what mass media and social media does is it tries to force what those thoughts are going to be. Force what you're going to wind up thinking about. And because if you wind up thinking about the 5 things they want you thinking about, you can't think about a 6th thing. So, let me try fixing this again. So let me give you a very simple explanation of this. There was the Bodie McBoatface submarine thing. So do you remember this submarine story? I mean, it seems like forever ago, doesn't it? And it was really exciting, and everybody was like, oh my god, there's a submarine. Oh my god, look at my bingo wings. Ray, we're going to the gym. I'm kidding, look, I'm going to the gym. Look, I'm getting all swole. It doesn't really never mind. It doesn't show it. Anyways, but I do have bingo wings. That's sad. That's why those are called that. They're like, oh, bingo. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I'm all disheveled and fat. By the way, I had a kid. I'm so tired. Let me see. And I worked out this morning. I've been lifting really heavy, but we'll get into that in a second because that's actually part of the solution, which is funny because, damn, did I nail it in 2020? I'll get to the point, Ray Ray. I'm gonna talk to Ray Ray this episode. Emily got a TikTok video. You get a Corona Cafe, if we can say that. I'm taking it back. I might take that moniker back because now they don't care about Corona, which actually goes into the 5 things. So what happens is when we're overloaded by these things that they feed us to be overloaded by, we can't focus on other things. And an easy example would be, remember the Corona crisis, where it's like, oh my God, the Corona, we're all going to die. You better shelter in place. Everybody stay in place and shelter in place. Don't go out and kill grandma because you might do something. And so like what happens is we're like, this is actually a different phenomenon, but it's part of the same phenomenon. So just follow me on this. It's a new old concept. I haven't articulated it. But it's basically, so I'll do the new concept. So when you're agitated, you don't think clearly, okay? Can we all agree with that? We don't make good decisions when we're freaked the F out. Okay, so there was that part of it. But then there's like, oh, the COVID thing, and we're going to shelter in place, and hey, we need more ventilators and then masks. And so everybody's thinking about, oh my God, ventilators and masks, oh my. Meanwhile, we have Donald Trump doing his Trump show thing, and so that was really entertaining. So it's like, oh my God, there's Donald Trump doing his thing, and then there's the COVID thing going on, and then there's, oh my God, well, I just finally, the Umbrella Academy came out, and that was pretty neat. So there's 3 things, and oh, Witcher, haha, stay with the Witcher. And so then we're occupied with that, and then George Floyd gets killed, and then we got there. So there's 5 things that we had going on. We had like COVID, Donald Trump, Netflix, and George Floyd, and whatever the other thing I said was. Well, let's just say your family, okay? Let's just throw out your family there. And so we couldn't pay attention to anything else that's going on in the globe. So the way that mass media works is there's there's 6 segments in a cable news show, and there's going to be the same topics on every single show on like CNN or Fox News. They're just going to talk about the same thing over and over and over again and repeat that thing. And then those are going to be the 5 thoughts you have for the day. That's how they brainwash you. Does that make sense? Do I need to? I'll clear it out a little, or I'll spill it out a little bit more. I have people coming in and dropping out, which is an interesting phenomenon because I am technically sort of live. Where is I going with this? Just checking the comments there. Let me think about this. Let me really think about how to communicate this one, Ray. Because I could go with there's some big stories going on right now. There's a bunch of hearings about some stuff and the Hunter Biden stuff, and so we're bombing the hell out of Ukraine. In fact, let's explain the Ukraine. Let's explain Ukraine and see if this makes sense. Ray, follow me on this, please. So, Ray, we bombed the crap out of this country, and we didn't bomb the crap out of this country, but we got Ukraine to bomb the crap out of that country and then the Russians to bomb the crap out of it, because we've been feeding Ukraine genocidal propaganda, anti-Russian propaganda through the State Department and various NGOs to just make them hate. Somebody just was interested. Man, doing this show on Facebook's weird. If you're a person that I know, could you just make a comment or something or message me? And if you're not, hey, how's it going? My name is Jacob. Sometimes it makes sense, but I just had a baby. So let's look at the Ukraine thing. So we hit like Ukrainians with a bunch of propaganda in 2004 of like, F the Russians, they suck. And then we just kept on feeding that narrative over and over and over again. So part of the 5 thoughts that they're thinking every single day is, man, I really hate them Russians. They suck. Kind of like what they do with white people, which is like, man, those black people want to rob you. And like what they do with the black people, which is like, man, those white people are the cause of all your problems. And so we see white people or black people and we're like, oh my God, I'm going to go get them, or oh my God, I'm going to run away. Like, you know what I mean? So, don't shoot the messenger. So that's how brainwashing works, okay? You just repeat the message over and over again. And if you can agitate somebody at the same time, so it's like, okay, here's a good agitation video. It's, oh my God, there's a cop and they're killing somebody who looks like you, who's totally innocent. And you know what the cops do? They kill people like you. And so then you're like, oh my God, I'm freaked out. And then every time you see a cop, you're like, oh, I'm freaked out. Whenever you're like, oh, there's a cop. Like, look at my ass. I get nervous when the cops are behind me and I look like a cop. So, and the cops love me too. They're like, man, look at this guy. He looks like one of us. And so we fed the Ukrainians a whole bunch of propaganda. This is going somewhere, right? I promise. So we fed them a bunch of propaganda, and then we had a coup. Like, we overthrew their government, and then we didn't like the results of that, so we overthrew their government, because the United States just runs around overthrowing governments, apparently. Man, system of the down was right, am I right? And so then what happens is, like, Donald Trump gets over there, and he's like, I'm going to do whatever, and he did whatever. And then Zelensky gets in, and whatever happens. And anyways, we'll just get to Joe Biden. So Joe Biden becomes president. And then we started a war in Ukraine. We started a war in Ukraine, okay? We pushed the Russians into a war, I would argue or postulate. And so the Russians just started bombing the crap out of the Ukrainians, okay? And so what happened is we went from, like, COVID hysteria to where there'd be 18 stories about COVID every single day, but really there's just 5, and then whatever, like, fluffy topic they want to talk about, or the intro of their show. Like, so, like, just go with the basic news program, okay? And so it's like, the Russians are going to take Kiev in 5 days. And then there's like, oh my God, it's the ghost of Kiev. And then, no, wait, you can't say Kiev. It's Kyiv. Otherwise, you're a racist. And, oh, we need to go give them a bunch of weapons. Weapons in America are bad, but it's good when we give them to the Ukrainians. And then, oh man, look at those genocidal Russians committing war crimes. Isn't that bad? And so all of a sudden, the 5 things we think about are Ukraine. Meanwhile, we don't pay attention. We completely forgot about just how badly they screwed the goose during COVID, okay? Like, just our leaders just shit the bed completely, and we're like, Ukraine, Russia bad, because of the drip of Russia's bad propaganda, Russia, okay? And so what happens is that shit keeps happening, but what's happening is, oh, wait a sec, you can't look, Emily, you might be watching this. Remember when I was like, hey, look at the articles here. There's a bunch of Nazis here. Let me just, like, so you guys don't think I'm making the things up. Let's do DuckDuckGo. It's like our search. And then we're going to go over here. And we go here. And then we do display capture over here. And then we go here. And then we go DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified. You betcha. And then we go... and you've seen this one before, but we're going to do a refresher because it's brainwashing. Ukraine's neo-Nazi problem. Let me see, 2018. Ukraine struggle against Russia. And its proxies continues. Oh, no, wait, now it's Kiev. It's because we didn't change it yet. Must also contend with a growing problem behind the front lines. Far-right vigilantes who are willing to use intimidation and even violence to advance their agendas, who often do so with the tacit approval of law enforcement agencies. There's the Azov battalion. Oh my God, and they have their tiki torches and their hoods. Look. Oh my God, and they even have their Nazi flags. Okay, there's like, it's like an SS. It's some lightning bolt shit. I can't tell you exactly what it is. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, many national militias members come from the Azov movement, one of the 30-odd private-funded volunteer battalions that in the early days of the war helped the regular army defend Ukrainian territory against Russia's separatist proxies. Although Azov uses Nazi-era symbolism and recruits neo-Nazis into its ranks, a recent article in Foreign Affairs downplayed the risks the group might pose, pointing out that, like other volunteer militias, Azov has been reined in. Well, that's good. So we have a bunch of Nazis. I'm not going to trust Reuters. I'm just showing you Reuters because, you know, it's Reuters. NBC News. Okay, that's okay. Cool. No, get away. Oh, there's some more lightning bolt shit. And when was this one? It was a guard against politics and policy. This was done in 2020, so I don't trust this one. Let me see. We'll ask Al Jazeera. And we'll do whatever. Whatever. Okay, cool. Confirm. Whatever. Al Jazeera, just take my cookies. I don't care. Okay, and I'll trust Al Jazeera old or newy One, the far-right neo-Nazi group has expanded to become part of Ukraine's armed forces, a street militia, and a political party. Oh, that's awesome. We're supporting a neo-Nazi party in the freaking Ukraine while talking about how guys who drive diesel trucks and lift weights are Nazis. But I think that narrative's falling on its face. Anyways, what was I don't even know what my point was. Ray help me out. I don't have Brie to rein me in. But I do have coffee. No, I don't. I'm all out of coffee. This shit's sad. Let me think about this. Neo-Nazis and oh yeah. Oh, because we need to send our guns over there and the Russia's bad, and then oh my god, the Kiev, the ghost of Kiev and Kiev. We better say that right and show how virtuous we are by saying Kiev right. And oh, don't forget, we have to put like the freaking Dogecoin dog and the Ukrainian flag in our background because the American Empire wants us to do that. Okay, and so while we're doing all this stupid shit, we're not looking at the fact of, oh, they're Nazis. Okay, so if your head is filled with the 5 ideas that they want you to have in your head, you can't look under the surface and be like, I don't think so. And what is the point of all of this? It's just a money grab. It's just a money-making scheme. Like, here's what I can tell you. I'm going to tell you some truths, okay? Number one, is there a they? Yeah, there's a they. Who is the they? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the Medicis. It doesn't matter if it's the freaking Borgia. It doesn't matter if it's the Illuminati. It doesn't matter if it's the Knights Templar. It doesn't matter if it's the Bilderbergs, or if it's the World Economic Forum, or if it's the, what are the other guys? Those Freemasons. It's okay. There's a they. And you and I ain't they, and we ain't never going to be they. We ain't ever going to be part of the they. If we were part of the they, we'd already be there with they, but we ain't there they. So let's just friggin' be happy plebs. Like, it's not like this is not like a bad thing. Hey, Ray, guess what? You know what you don't have to do with the rest of your life? You don't have to play palace intrigue. You don't need to worry about, like, oh my god, there's another family who, like, you know, we ain't doing no Montague and Capulet shit, okay? Like, you ain't gonna get got for dating Romeo over there because nobody gives a shit. They're gonna be like, oh, look at you, bro-meo. High five. You're going out with Ray. She's sick, dude. And then his friends will be like, hey, dude, this is down-ass bitch. She's pretty cool. Ray, high five. Dude, okay. And I'm sorry I don't know your dude's name. I apologize in advance. In hindsight. I beg forgiveness, not permission. Oh, yeah, so that shit don't matter. Okay, so here's another thing. So, and this might be for Mr. Clark. Brian, you love going down rabbit holes, you love looking at this stuff, but your brain can also only occupy 5 thoughts at the same time. So while you're doing these thoughts where it's like, oh my god, look at look at this rabbit, because Brian's gone pretty deep down the rabbit hole and he's found stuff that I don't even want to look at. And as a result of that, I'm like, oh man, like, I can't do anything about it. So let's just say, Ray, let's just say, for example, I found out that it's the Illuminati that's responsible for everything. And I'm like, hey, Ray, it's the Illuminati. And you're like, okay, let's go. What's your plan? Okay, my plan sucks. Okay, my plan sucks ass. Like, is my plan going to take on a 2,000-year-old cult? No. My plan could F things up, but no, and I don't have a plan. Hey, I don't have a plan, okay? I can tell you my plan. You can just go to my blog. It's a Jacob Robertson Substack, and you're going to look at it, and he's going to be like, wow. You're going to be like, wow, you know, actually, I do have some emotional trauma that I should deal with, and weightlifting does seem to make me feel better, and I do like sunshine. Oh, my God, and gardening, like, the flower is beautiful, and I like eating organic food. We can be like you guys can be like Marie Antoinette and LARP farming, you bitches. Okay? Anyways, what was my point, Ray? Yeah, so that shit don't matter. Brian Clark, that shit don't matter. And it's not that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the sense that, like, we are only able to control things that we are able to control, and there are things that we are not able to control. Now, there might be stuff that we, like, So I'm pretty involved in the Ukraine thing because I really like to demoralize people around Ukraine and be like, hey, the Ukraine sucks. We shouldn't fight there. It's a bad war. Let's not egg on a nuclear war with Russia. Okay? And I can influence things in regards to the, I guess you could say, the fifth generation warfare, influence operations, the way that we communicate ideas is a conflict. So I'm participating in the future conflict by telling you this stuff so you can be like, I don't think we should fight Russia because they have nuclear weapons. And why are we fighting Russia? Isn't the Chinese the problems? I don't get this. And why does all the homeless people on my freaking outside my house smell homeless? Like, I think this is a bigger problem than Russia and Ukraine. Call me crazy. Nice little cleansing drink. Here's a trick for you. If you're in an interview or some sort of difficult conversation and you don't know what to say next, have the intention that you're going to figure out what to say after a drink of water. Because drinking water is a purifying thing. It sends like a message to your brain like, oh, I should be happy. I'm drinking water right now. Because water is scarce in the natural world. Water that humans could drink anyway. And so I can influence that kind of stuff. You know what I can't influence? A shadow society that ain't gonna even hear the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, okay? Like they're so insulated from me, or I'm so insulated from them that our paths will never cross. We will never ever interact with one another, even on the internet. And whatever their palace intrigue stuff is, it goes way beyond whatever Russia and Ukraine are doing right now. Like there might be some corporations that are going to make a lot of money off of it, but I don't think they care. What they care about is the financial system. And that's what they own and control. And I can't take that on. Like even Bitcoin can't take that on. Bitcoin, like, and by the way, the Bitcoin stuff, it's stupid. Okay. Bitcoin ain't going to fix shit. And the problem is one, it's inaccessible, so people can't really use it. Number two, if they wanted to shut down Bitcoin, they could. Like that. I've talked about it before, but basically if the United States and China both said Bitcoin is outlawed, boom, it's gone. The price goes to 10 cents because everybody's going to dump their Bitcoin because the internet won't carry it and mining will become illegal, and so we'll just sharing it in the largest economies in the world, and then nobody wants to use it no more and everybody sells. And then, Brian, we buy Bitcoin. At 10 cents, we buy Bitcoin. Buy all of it. I'll come up with $3.50. I think that really covered what I wanted to say in regards to like the ideas in brainwashing and what they do with stories and stuff, okay? So what am I telling you guys? Information diet, okay? Watch how much information you're consuming. It's going to make you crazy. You don't want to turn into Brie, okay? Look at that bitch. Because, like, Brie is very informed, and she still thinks Iraq was a good idea. That's an interesting take. She talks about, 500,000 dead children, 500,000 dead Ukrainian, or 500,000 dead Iraqis. Let's just go ahead and throw the gays off buildings, too. That was a great idea, huh, Brie? And just, like, empire doing empire shit. So don't sweat it, right? The point of my show today is don't sweat it. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that's going on. And also, man, Tim Pool's full of shit. I always say that every single day. But, like, remember, I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to the news for last week, but people were like, oh, Mike Pence said that he doesn't care about people, which was fake news. Like, even Tim Pool just takes things out of context in order to, like, shoehorn his agenda or whatever the hell it is, or do his clickbaity crap. Whoops, I lost everything. There it is. It's back now. So what I'm going to do now is check Twitter and see what people are talking about, because I don't even remember the news stories right now. I'm too busy. I have been taking screenshots and recording it, though, because I know. I found some new stuff. Okay, more crap. Man, I really need to... Yeah, the internet sucks. Oh, shoot. We should talk about that one. So back to Jacob's face. I never went away. We should talk about Threads. So my recommendation to you is to not get on Threads. Threads is so invasive and crappy that I literally started a TikTok account so I can talk to people even though I'm going to have the Chinese Communist Party steal my data and be up my ass. Because Threads is more invasive and worse. So what is Threads? And I was talking to a friend, Sophie, who's a programmer, very smart. Sophie's smart. She's a 145 plus. She's a genius. And she's like, I'm only going to be on one Zuck platform, not multiple ones. And so she chooses Facebook, cool. But she's not going to get on Instagram, and she's not going to get on Threads because that's just too much data. That's too much consolidated power. And so you have all these people who've been brainwashed into hating Elon Musk. They loved Elon Musk up until Elon Musk countered the official narrative, and then everybody's like, we need to destroy Elon Musk. And so now the idiots hate Musk because they were told to hate him, because most people believe what they're told. They just go along with it. And if it goes with their confirmation bias, great. It's really easy to make people hate each other. Like, it's so freaking easy to make people hate people. It's so easy. Look at how many people hate Donald Trump. Hell, I used to hate Donald Trump, and I think the guy is hilarious. Like, give me Donald Trump back, please. He was so funny. I've never laughed that much in my entire damn life. And you know what? We're in a way more serious situation in the world now, but I don't even care. Oh, somebody asked if they can define this deep state. Yeah, it's the administrative managerial class that runs everything that you can't get rid of. The end. But I digress. So, what were we talking about, Emily? The deep state. Threads. So I'm going to get this Twitter crap off my face. Out of my grill. You get minimized Twitter. And man, I need to clean up my desktop background. This looks like crap. Anyways, let's go over here. Come on. Move. There you go, window. And then we're going to resize the window. Ba-doop. Cool, that's a little bit easier to digest. So, Emily, Threads. So the AI stuff is a big deal. The AI stuff is the language learning model stuff. So ChatGPT, and there's a good meme I found on ChatGPT. It's pretty funny. And how nerfed it is now. But anyways, so ChatGPT is a language learning model. So you can basically ask ChatGPT a question, and it's able to understand the language that you're using in order to answer the question, and then it gives you an answer. Language learning model. It's based off of human language. The largest conversation on the internet's probably Twitter. Okay, it's been going on for 15 years. It's people just doing text conversation, so it's readable. And so what happened is everybody on the planet was just scraping the Twitter data. And so Elon Musk was like, we're going to go ahead and close this loophole. You don't get to scrape our data no more because you're not paying for it, and you're also going to use it to put us just out of business, and you're also trying to get me killed. F you. Fair point, Mr. Musk. Oh my goodness, this is so messed up. I'm just dealing with frame rate issues on Facebook. Please forgive me. Boop. And so Facebook, Threads. So Zuckerberg and crew, the CIA, needed to bang out something where they can get a language learning model of their own. So I would guess, and this is just me guessing, they don't have good data for doing this kind of stuff. I bet they have awesome AI crap, okay? Like, there's no question that Facebook would have fantastic AI stuff because they're just one of the largest internet companies on the planet, and they just have so many users and just so much information on these users and everything, but it's not a language learning model. Take a look at the conversations that happen on Facebook. Number one, they're mostly bots, okay? Number two, they're retarded. So the people on Facebook are stupid. And then there's also there's a ton of video and pictures and dog stuff and blah, 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 blah. Twitter is a dialogue, okay? Twitter is a conversation. It's the largest conversation on the internet. They're just talking, okay? Then let's take a look at Instagram. Oh, it's a bunch of narcissists. It's a bunch of pictures of narcissists. And so Well, you can't train a language model with that because all the comments are bots too. And so basically it's like, oh, we have a bunch of bots and a bunch of bots. That ain't going to teach us how to have a language learning model. All it's going to be is a stupid bot. And so Facebook needs something that has a dialogue that's like Twitter, and as a result, they created Threads, the quote-unquote Twitter killer. But here's a couple of problems with it. Number one, it's as invasive as TikTok. Possibly more. It's incredibly invasive software, okay? What do I mean by invasive? It tracks your conversation. It listens to your microphone and has access to your camera. It follows you everywhere you go. If you browse on the internet, it's recording that data. It captures everything you do on your phone, okay? Number one. Number two, it sucks. So it's basically like, it's Twitter, but for the stupid. So I was on Threads, and then there's this guy, and it doesn't matter the story, but long story short, he tried blackmailing me, and then I was like, oh, so it's 2020 again. Wait, what if I flex like this? Does that make my arms look big, right? Can you actually see them now? And so it's 2020 now. And I guess I have to delete all my shit. So I deleted Twitter, or I deleted Threads, and I deleted Instagram because you have to delete Instagram in order to get rid of your Threads account. And I'm like, fuck it. Who needs it? I don't need it. I don't need Threads. I don't need Instagram. I don't need any of that crap. I'll go ahead and start me a TikTok. So what is Threads? It's Instagram for stupid people, or it's Twitter for stupid people, and it doesn't have any, you can't even message people on it. Okay? You can't message people on it. You can't control the algorithm on it. You can't do crap with it. Although that did make me think of something. We should talk about Andrew Tate for a second. Actually, let's talk about it. This is an interesting topic. I'm going to change topics, okay, Ray? So I found that something as cool is happening in the conservative movement, which is it's identifying itself. So there's this big conservative on Twitter. His name's Pedro Gonzalez. And then somebody got a hold of his DMs, and it turns out that the guy's a giant racist anti-Semite. Oh, okay, giant racist anti-Semite. That's on brand for somebody part of the DeSantis campaign. And so there's all these people circling the wagon like, you know what? If the left doesn't call out their own, we're not going to call out our own, blah, 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 blah. Like, right? Okay, whatever. Like, remember when Cuomo was busy grabbing all that ass and they got rid of him? Hey, yeah, so the left, like, they will take out their own sometimes. Okay, so first, let's put that one to rest. Number two, he's a giant Jew hating racist. Like, the shit this guy said was totally crazy. And so a bunch of people are like, we can't have this in our tent. No. And so gatekeeping matters, okay? Gatekeeping is important. Gatekeeping is like, you do not get into the party because you're going to shit on the table of the party after you get drunk and you make a fool out of everybody and it ruins the party. You're not allowed. You are not welcome. You guys are welcome. I'm talking about the Jew haters. Not welcome. Not welcome over here. In the Shalom Cafe. Maybe that could be my Twitter handle or my TikTok handle. The Shalom Cafe. Currently, what is my TikTok handle, Emily? Is it like Bubble Injector, Bubble Respecter, Bubble Cruncher, Bubble... It's Bubble something. Spit and Bubbles. Oh, man, I could use an editor. Bree, could you get your shit together and edit my show? Bubble Injector, Bubble Respecter. I don't know. I'm going to move on to Andrew Tate. Oh, yeah, the conservative movement defining itself. So Andrew Tate has... Let's go back and talk about the horde versus the swarm. The swarm being the neoliberal consensus algorithm narrative thing that shapes foreign policy across the globe, okay? They overthrow governments, they do all kind of and it's the soft power of the United States, okay? It's our influence operations and how we're able to shape public opinion and that whole thing, right? Which is so stupid, it's egging on a nuclear war with Russia. So they're retarded. Okay, and so then there's the horde, which is everyone who's not that, okay? And so everyone who's not that is anyone from like Elon Musk to Joe Rogan to me, okay? That's kind of a big spread, but it's also like, I don't know, Liz Wheeler and some other bitches, like, hell, even J.K. Rowling's part of it, okay? Like, it's such a interesting band of people. It's Steve Bannon, okay? It's like, it's far-right people, it's very liberal people, but it's people who are just like, this thing's insane, okay? You can't sell tucking clothes for 8-year-olds and have us expect that to be, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. You're making everybody freaking Nazis with this stupid shit. Stop it. Unacceptable. Like literally, like Target was selling tucking clothes for adolescent kids. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Anyways, so Andrew Tate. So Andrew Tate is enemy number one of this shit because he is like number one, he called it out. He called this stuff out pretty early, and he did it in COVID. And he's like, "Hey, look, we're all partying with no masks. Hey, look, you're a dummy. Hey, blah 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 blah." And then he really pissed off a bunch of people with his rhetoric, and so they came after him, and he defined the people that come after him as like the Matrix, and so he came up with like the Matrix analogy, and he talks about the Matrix, which is the narrative is the Matrix. And Emily, we've talked about this extensively, like, and Ray, you'll see it too. The stupid ass like white guys who are performing like virtue signal whatever bullshit with their Black Lives Matter flags in the background, but they're totally racist and sexist and they suck. And they have little dicks. Those guys, okay? Those guys are, they're what he's taught. Those people are in the Matrix, okay? Those are people who are just like, their egos have been so occupied by the 5 ideas and the freaking like trauma of whatever that they're just sucked in, plugged in agents of like, I'm just going to go ahead and conform and do whatever you tell me to do because that's what I'm going to do because I'm an NPC idiot dipshit, okay? And so he was like, hey, look, the NPC idiot dipshits are coming after me. And then all the people, like everyone in the horde was like, yeah, this guy's saying, fuck you. And he's a kickboxer who won like 80 matches. Andrew Tate's a tough guy, okay? I'm not going to take any credit for him. And he's rich, look at him. And he's very persuasive, okay? The guy's, like, he's pretty jacked. I mean, he's got some fat, but he's like a Tom Brady jack, so that doesn't matter. But he's jacked. He's got Lambos. He's got hot chicks. He's got Lambos. He's got hot chicks. He's jacked and kickboxer, and he smokes cigars, and he has like his reflective glasses. But he also has like his body language is fantastic. Like I'm actually going to study Andrew Tate and start doing some of the crap that he does because it's effective. Okay, the way he talks works. If you listen to Andrew Tate, you will notice that that guy does not say or there is no filler. He is concise, he is clear, he stays on topic, and he's funny. He's a funny guy, okay? However, oh my God, it's Brian Clark, what up? Hey, Brian, how my arms look? Come on, sit, Are they bigger? Are my arms bigger? Are they bigger, dog? Because when I look like this, it's like fat, but I think they're, what? Just a second, I'm back. Hey, what up, Brian? How you doing, man? What do you want to talk about, okay? I'm talking about Andrew Tate and how he's not a conservative, but we can talk about something else. I would love to talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's your show. I'm looking swole. Dude, I'm doing neck work, so, like, I'm fat, don't get me wrong, but, like, my neck and I don't know if it shows in this, but my neck and my traps they're getting bigger. I'm not going to say they're gigantic, but they're definitely getting bigger. This shirt doesn't show them off, whatever. If I was Andrew Tate, I would have a shirt that showed off my traps. And I would style my hair. Actually, I would just shave my head. Anyways, here's the point. Andrew Tate's a pimp. Okay, let's not mince words here. The guy is literally a pimp, or was literally a pimp. He got women to, like, I don't know, and I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not 100% sure of everything he did, but I know he did this one, which was getting girls to do gross shit on OnlyFans and take their money. Doing the Loverboy thing, and he bragged about it, okay? So there's video of him bragging about being a pimp, okay? His words, I'm a pimp, blah, 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 look at me be a pimp. Pimps are the scum of the earth. And so Liz Wheeler, big conservative blonde chick who Anarchos is in love with, was just like, fuck this guy. This is bullshit. Fuck him. And so then what happened is a whole bunch of people were like, oh, Andrew Tate, blah, 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 blah. I want to drink his dick, blah, 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 blah. And so there's like all the dick riding that goes on Twitter happens and all the other social media plans. Okay, but like what's happening is there's a million iterations of the left and the right going on right now. And I think it's a fantastic thing. I think it's a really good idea. I think breaking up the tribes of the conservative movement into like solid tribes is a great freaking idea. Like, I'm not like a straight up tradcath because that shit's dumb, but I am the lifting weight dad, stay the fuck away from my kids, Go read a book, get outside and eat some grass, you dumb little bastards. Conservative. So, but does that make sense? Like, so, but like, oh my God, Andrew. Oh, look, it's Andrew Tate, and he's throwing spears at the people who are trying to end human civilization. Well, I'm going to go ahead and chuck a spear in the same way, but I'm not going to grab onto his balls and, like, juggle him and talk about how great he is so I can go for a ride in his Lambo. I need to be busy chucking spears, okay? All of us need to get out there and just chuck our freaking spears at the Empire. I hate to break it to you, but you're part of the Empire, okay? You know, the bad guys with the white armor and the cloaked hooded bad guys walking around telling all the people in the white armor what to do and fucking blah, 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 blah. Welcome, you are there. Hate to break it to you, we're the bad guys. And I'm not saying that the Chinese are the good guys, okay? Because fuck the Chinese Communist Party, okay? They're bad guys. And the Russians, scary. We need to take our country back. That's what I'm saying. And I don't fucking know how to do that. Actually, I do, which is basically you go into local politics and you have some sort of influence in your local community. And then a whole bunch of people who have low influence in their local communities are like, hey, we don't want to invest with BlackRock anymore. And that's how you do it. Brian, what do you want to talk about? Tell me. I had a kid. I have no brain. If I only had a brain. Boo-doop, boo-doop. Oh, getting jacked. We'll talk about getting jacked. So I've been listening to some Anthony Huberman, and let me pull up the guy's name. I don't remember it off the top of my head. It is Andy Galpin, Dr. Andy Galpin. I have like this 12-hour long freaking saga. Oh, are you here because of my thingy on the thingy, Brian Clark? Is that why you're here? I did actually talk about some stuff at the beginning of the show for you, by the way, which was like, you know, going down the Illuminati rabbit hole is very interesting, but it occupies so much of your brain, and there's so little time on Earth that I don't know if it's worth it for us plebs to do that. Because that ain't our fight. Like, that level of those elites that are warring with each other right now, we are so far removed from that. I mean, we could mess stuff up, but that's like the best thing that we could. It's kind of like, you know, the scene in the Matrix, the second Matrix, where it's like, you know, he's talking to the old guy and he's like, oh, but we control the machines, so the machines control us. He's like, yeah, but we can smash the machines. It's like, yeah, we'll smash them to bits and then we die. Okay, so we can smash the machines to bits, but we die and then the machines still take over. So what the fuck are we gonna do? Getting swole. Was I going to talk about getting swole? Is that what I was going to do? I looked at my phone for a second. Oh, yeah, getting swole. Anthony, look at that. Thanks. So the Huberman Lab podcast. Huberman's great for, by the way, if you're looking to get your dopamine back and fix your dopamine stuff. The hours spent ends up being silly for sure. It does, but it's also, like, if I may, it's also part of the meme that you're putting into your head, okay? It becomes part of your consciousness. And what I mean by that is, so like I have the certain goals that I have right now, which getting swole, primary goal. Taking care of my family, primary goal. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all. What else am I gonna do? I have a newborn and a 2-year-old. And I'm the primary caregiver. Oh, yeah, taking care of my wife. Oh, yeah, and then the mothers are both here. Oh, by the way, the fairy godmother whole thing, like, if you ever read Grimm fairy tales and the fairy godmothers, those are based off of grandmothers. Like, there's a net gain having my mother-in-law and my mother here at the same time, but it comes at a cost. Ain't nothing for free. Getting swole. Okay, so I was listening to this. We'll go to getting swole. And Brian would actually be a perfect person to talk about because him and I are doing very different things with our workouts. Brian's doing a lot of endurance training. Can I call what you're doing endurance training and cardiovascular training? So Brian's doing lots of like rowing crap, like, and I don't mean like, you know, like the row, like, it's more like that kind of rowing stuff. I don't know. How was my row, Brian? Did I do okay? Did I do okay? Anyway, so Brian's doing that shit. And I'm doing like... Okay, and so what is that? What Jacob's doing That's making me strong and explosive. So I am training hypertrophy. which basically means I'm trying to get my muscles big. Like, look at. But you can't tell because I'm so pasty and white and fat. But I'm telling you, I'm strong. Anyways, and my neck. Look at my neck. If you lift, you could look like this too. Anyway, so I'm getting strong, and so those are two different things. And so, where the freak was I going with this, Brian? One of the ways of dealing with the stress of the world and all the crazy BS that's going on outside is to just get the reward system of working that working out gives you. And there's also like longevity stuff. So Brian and I would say, are more concerned than most about what we're going to look like as old men. And what I mean by what we're going to look like is, are Brian and I going to be able to get off the couch when we're 90 years old? I believe Brian has that concern, and I believe I have that concern more than most people. As long as I've known about Brian, even though like back in the day we were a couple of drunk bitches, like we still drank tea. I mean, we still drank tea and meditated and took care. Excuse me. Still took care of ourselves and thought about like where we're going. So even though like even through all my crazy crap, Emily, you've known me for 10 years and you've seen me do some crazy crap. I've been weightlifting a good chunk of that time because I want to be able to get off the couch. So what is weightlifting good for? Muscle density, bone density. It means I can get off the couch. It means I can take a hit. Remember we were talking about in the Corona Cafe back in the day, like, 3 years ago? It was 3 years ago when the riots were happening. Can you believe that? 3 years ago! And we're talking about being able to take a hit. Brian is doing HIIT training with road bike and P90. So high interval intensity training. I'm so brain dead. Like I'm gassed out. Like I'm weightlifting gassed out. So the working added pull-ups and kettlebells. Dude, that's awesome. The kettlebell swings. That's freaking awesome, dude. That's so awesome. I wish I could do a pull-up. I can't. I can lift up the back of a car, but I can't do a pull-up. Because I'm too fat. I gotta lose 50 pounds, Brian. And I'm gaining weight, man. Like, my wife was like, oh my God, honey, you look great. You're losing so much weight. After I've been working out for a month. And I'm like, I weigh 5 more pounds than I did a month ago. Wah. That's what you get from deadlifts, Dan S. Thanks, bro. Man, don't you miss Dan S? Don't you miss Amy? Don't you miss everybody? 3 years ago. Anyway, so Brian added in pull-ups and kettlebell swings, which those are also awesome. That's going to be great for your, I want to say heat shock proteins, but it's going to help your body produce more mitochondria. It's going to boost your immune system. That's going to be great for you, dude. That's really good. Those are good workouts. So something Daddy needs to work on is his cardiovascular health. So, but I want to get jacked. So what is Daddy going to do? In between his 4 days of just grueling weightlifting shit. I'm talking, Ray, I sit there and I lift that heavy ass bar for 75 minutes. And it's like, so that kind of explosive shit, that gets you power. That's where you get your power. Now, if you do like, that's going to get you endurance. And then, but what I'm going for is, hey, Emily, I want to fucking scream my head off. I want to scream my head off, but I'm not going to because my baby's asleep. Well, actually, my little baby, my girl, my little Cordelia. Hey, Emily, I know here's something for you. I had a concern that if I had another kid, and Ray, this goes for you too, and Brian might be able to add something to this. Like, I had a concern that I might not be able to love my second kid as much as I love my first one, or that I might have to, like, retract some of the love that I have for my first one and give it to the second one. I just love my kid more. I'm so much more loving. There is so much more love in my heart than there was before having, like, the second one. Like, it was like, ding, a dial got ticked, like a switch got flipped, a ding, something like it just like boom, like I automatically adapted, like I automatically just leveled up, boom. Middle kids get forgotten for this problem, lol. I think they get forgotten for a different problem. It's that the old one can talk and manipulate the shit out of the parents, and they have to be involved with them and whatever. And then with the little ones, it's like they take so much energy. By the way, Emily, that little picture of you as strawberry shortcake hits me in the freaking heart. Like, you have the same look that my daughter had, and I'm like, I must be the best father that I can possibly be for my daughter. Because I'm not fucking leaving her behind. No daughter left behind. Anyway, so that's where I don't even know where I was going with that. Lift weights, bitch. That's on that subject. I have my I have my daughter like hitting the punching bag now. I am the best dad for those girls. Oh, Emily, check this out. Brian was talking about how big my biceps are now. What do you think of that, Brian? Oh, look, they're winking at you. So's my anus. Just kidding. Show's so much better when you guys are here. So I was talking with Anarchos the other day, and thank God I hung out with a man. Brian, you hang out with guys. Emily, you need to hang out with women. I have discovered that men need to go hang out with men, and women need to go out hanging out with women, and that shit's great. Like, I don't need to hear about y'all's freaking periods. You have no idea how much I've heard about periods in the last fucking week. You have no clue. No clue. No clue. You'd be like, oh my God, Jacob, that's too much for me, and I have them. And then I go hang out with, you'll appreciate this, Brian. I go hang out with Anarchos, and I'm like, here's a pack of cigarettes. And we just sit back there and smoke cigarettes in his yard and talk about the Illuminati and shit. Like, and it's so refreshing. Like, it cleans my soul. I'm like, oh my God, it feels so great. I just smoked a half pack of cigarettes and talked about the fucking dumbest shit in the world. This is awesome. And then we also talked about how cool AI is going to be. Emily gets her bro time with coworkers, and you get gal pal time with Ray Ray. That's awesome. We love our Ray Ray. This show has been for Ray Ray. Did you see the TikTok video I made for you? I literally made you a video. My first real video. The first video I made was like, I thought I was doing my profile. It was an accident. I didn't realize I was doing whatever wrong. Door just closed. It might be my mother. But it might be somebody else. I don't know. Where was I going with this? I might need to go soon. Emily, what do you want to talk about? It's your show now. It's your show. What do you want to talk about? I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, working out, hypertrophy, endurance. And then there's also strength training. So you could also, Ray Ray, we could also do this. And then put it down, and then you walk around for 3 minutes, and then you go. And then you put it down, you walk, like your muscles aren't going to get that big, and you're not going to get tired, but you're going to get strong as shit. Like, you're going to get so freaking strong doing that. Didn't get to see it yet. I'm 2 minutes from clocking out of work. Okay, I'll be quiet. Shh. Brian, don't tell her about it. Shh. Shh. So I was hanging out with Anarchos the other day. We'll talk about AI for a second. It's going to be cool. So it's like, some of it's going to suck, and some of it's going to be really cool. Like, there's going to be, like, I can't tell you any more about what we talked about, because we'd have to go down a bit of a rabbit hole to talk about that, and I don't have time for that. So what do you want to talk about, Emily? Should I look up something? Should I see? Let's see what Scott Adams is bitching about this week. Scott Adams finally hit 1 million followers. Oh, I can tell you something that I discovered. I'll go ahead and tell you something I discovered. Telling people to go fuck themselves is great. So, like, go eat a bag of 47 dicks and shove half of them up your ass after you shit them out, you dumb cocksucker. It's so freeing. It's so fucking freeing. Like, I no longer have to be nice to people. I'm free. I'm free. I'm so free. I get to just mouth off and say whatever the hell I want to now. Now, is there going to be consequences to it? Maybe. There might be problems with it. But once they started selling tucking clothes for 8-year-old kids, I'm like, wow, I get to, no, I can't, you no longer get to have the microphone. Your point of view isn't valid. I don't respect you, and I don't like you. I think you suck. And so then I get to say that, and they're like, I'm so offended. I'm going to clutch my pearls. somebody, Jacob said they don't like me. And everybody's going to be like, shut the fuck up, blue hair. We don't give a fuck what you have to say. And so there's freedom in that. Oh, that's what I discovered. Let's see what Scott Adams is doing. Congressional hearings have turned into slander fest. Yeah, there's all kinds of conclusions, whatever. Wants to talk about nuclear energy. Oh, shit. That's what we should talk about. I'm going to prepare you for something. Emily, it says you're not here. You better be here. Anyways. Healthy. So there's this guy I follow. His name is Michael Gleiman, and he used to work for Google as an engineer. And we're in the same circle. We're in the same pod. We don't like Andrew Tate. Anyways, he has contacts in the government, and all the alien shit is deliberate. So what he is saying is that they're going to start pushing alien shit in the very near future. Like, oh my God, there's all these aliens, and the aliens are here, and we have all this alien technology, and we're trying to figure it out. The alien, and so there's going to be a whole bunch of that stuff. That's why you see like the slow creep of it starting to come out, and like they're talking about aliens, and so people are like, oh cool, finally we're talking about aliens. He says, no, that's not cool, because what they're going to do is they're going to say, well, we need to have a conversation about this alien stuff because it's getting dangerous. There is some technology that has leaked onto the internet, and so we need to censor the internet to make sure that this stuff doesn't get out. Because it's too dangerous to be in the hands of, the plebs. It needs to be in the hands of the people who make viruses and start wars with Russia. So the people who, run the foreign policy of the United States for the last 20 years, as well as our national policy, are going to be in charge of alien technology. And we can't talk about it. and so basically, like, it's just essentially what they're going to do is try to censor the internet. And also, he's talking about, like, they want to get rid of encryption. So Brian and I can't like talk to each other about this stuff, and if we do, we'll get flagged about this kind of stuff. And his theory, which I can't say one way or the other, his theory is that, and what the theory of the people that are talking about him, is that humans a long ass time ago had some really amazing technology, and for some reason we lost it. And so there's people who have rediscovered this technology over time, and technology like the technology that we have today and then we have invented has gotten to the point where we can now unlock this stuff. And I'm not going to say, like, computers and smartphones and all that shit, I'm not going to say that's alien technology. This stuff's transistors. I got to take a call from my wife real quickly. Hello, dear.
Hi, sweetie. I just wanted to let you know that I abandoned the outing and I sent Mom out in our car, so I didn't make it to the grocery store.
Okay.
I'm home now if you want to go instead.
Oh, okay. I was just doing an impromptu show. Say hi to everybody.
Oh, hello.
Doesn't she sound wonderful? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? Oh, I could sing you a song, Emily. Do you want me? Anyways. Yeah, that's cool. We might go out.
That sounds good. Hi, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Hi you, love you, bye you. Thank you, dear. Bye. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she lovely? Less than a minute old. I don't remember that song, to be quite honest. So Cordelia has me singing Scarborough Fair. So how's that for a transition? Alien shit. Get ready for it. Scarborough Fair. Actually, what they're going to try to do is, like, so Emily, at the beginning of the show, we talk about this stuff quite a bit, which is like, they just cram a bunch of information into your head, and then people go, oh my God, look at all this information. And then we can't pay attention to anything else that's going on. And so they're going to do that with alien stuff. So just get ready. That one's coming. So my daughter has me singing Scarborough Fair for her to go to sleep. That's a hard one. I don't think I'm going to start out with a song, but how about next time I sing you all a song? Leaving on a jet plane, Emily? I think that's a fantastic idea. And the reason that I'm not going to do it is I've been talking for an hour and I think my throat might be shot. Do you want me to sing you a song? Do I sing you a song? Should I sing it? Actually, I'm going to sing it, Leaving on a Jet Plane, and that's going to be the end of my show. Let me get a drink of water. Which I figure would be a good outro because I'm leaving. I'm so nervous. Emily, I'm so nervous. Brian, I'm blushing. Can you see how red I am right now? Can you see how red? I am. I'm changing pigmentation. I'm blushing. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Singing scares me more than anything, even after all this practice of singing. I wish I had a fan. Oh, I can use this as a fan. It doesn't work. I'm still hot. I'm having hot flashes. All my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside of the shower. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morning. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I let you down. There's so many times I messed around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. 'Cause every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I sing, I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time to let me miss you. Close your eyes and I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. About the time that I won't have to say, oh, kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. Never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Do, 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 yeah. There you go. Yeah, my throat's a little. It's like I could feel it. It's like it's a little lacking. I got like a little raspiness. Like it felt like I got some phlegm on it. And Ray, if you want me to do some Moana, I could do that too. Do you want me to do How Far I'll Go? I'll do that real quick too. That's the other one I sing to my freaking kid all the time. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sing Moana. Oh, thank you, Bae. Thank you. You hit me right in the heart. Maybe I'll save it for next time. I'll sing again. Next time, that'll be my hook. Next time you guys get to hear Moana, I'll sing it for you. I'm going to go, though, because I'm sweating bullets now. I've just soaked my shirt. I was so nervous and feel like shit. Because I have real anxiety about singing. Like, you have no idea. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day, Emily. I will see you on the TikTok. And in my chats. And in my dreams. Brian Clark, later. High five, bro.